Hey, what's up guys? So in this video, you're going to be coming along with me while I decide whether to buy a subject to deal or not. And if you aren't familiar with subject to deals, it's basically when a seller gives you their house in exchange for taking over their mortgage payments. And I'll explain the numbers on this particular deal in a little bit later in the video. This is going to be kind of like vlog style. So I'm going to take you through my day. I'm going to see the house today. I'll review the numbers, things like that, and then we'll see if I decide to buy it or not. But right now, it is 6 o'clock in the morning, and I gotta do something first. Alright, so we're back. Don't worry, it's not a fitness channel. So I have about an hour and a half before I need to leave here because I'm gonna go up to that house at noon. So the way I typically prioritize things is any important tasks that have to get done first thing in the morning. And then after that, I do follow-ups. After that, any appointments, kind of like depending on what time of day the appointment is. And then after that is lead generation type stuff, like cold calling, whatever. And if I don't have any appointments or anything like that, it's follow-ups, then cold calling is typically how my day is structured. So I got about an hour and a half, so I'm gonna do some work and then we'll head up to the house. Alright, so that's it. I was able to catch up with my new leads, but I still have some follow-ups to do. But hey, you can only do what you can do in one day. Time to head up to that house. Alright, so I'm driving up. I got a question for you. What is the furthest that you've ever driven to go visit a property? Mine is about an hour and 25 minutes. So I got up here kind of early. But anyways, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to kind of tell you about this subject to deal. So I called the guy, I can't remember what list it was, but he basically said he was interested in selling it. I got talking to him about his tenants, things like that. And basically he just shared what his mortgage was. And I'm not like a creative finance guru or anything like that. So I know there's scripts, things like this for creative deals, but I just basically said to him was basically, would you be interested, like, what if we just kept the mortgage in place for like a year or two? I'll make the payments. You don't have to worry about it, no headache, and I'll just take ownership of the property and then I'll buy it from you in like a year or two. Would that be something you'd be interested in? And he said yes. I mean, that's it. So now we're looking at the house. There's an issue with the floors that kind of scares me. So my contractor, guy I'm partnering with on the other subject to flip, is gonna take a look at it. So that's what we're about to do. So this is Gunny.
Drew the short straw.
And he's gonna go take a look at what we got underneath there as far as that sinking floor. What?
You want to see what's going on?
Oh, yeah.
Right there, we have a disconnected drain pipe.
No.
Yes, sir. That is all.
Disconnected drain pipe. That doesn't sound cheap to fix. What's the verdict on the house? What do you think?
I think it's a solid play. A little bit of deferred maintenance needs to be caught up, but in the area that it's in and for the price point that it's at, I think it's something to grab onto now and then watch it appreciate and see what we can do with it in the future.
All right, I got a question for you. If we were to keep it and rent it, how much do you think we'd have to put into it to get it up to like where we'd feel good about it?
I think about $5,000.
All right, cool, man. Well, I'm gonna take that info home. I'm doing a YouTube video on if we're gonna decide to do it or not.
Okay.
He doesn't even. I'm like, hey man, you want to be on YouTube?
Sure.
All right, so we are back home, and it's time to kind of run the numbers on this and decide if it's something that we'll want to do. What Gunny found at the house was something that like is kind of a big deal, so it needs to be fixed right away before we were to close on the house. So there's a disconnected like pipe underneath the house, and I think he said that's like their sewage pipe. So that's not good. Imagine what's in that crawl space. It's like, it's gonna cost, we've got to get somebody in there with the Servpro, whatever, fix the pipe, and then it's sagging. The floor is kind of sagging there where the plumbing's at, so we got to get that jacked up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call the seller. I guess I should break down more of the numbers. So the mortgage is $630 and it rents for $750. So there's a little bit in there. The play on it would be to break even for a year and then either lease option it or flip it or just put like another 10K into it or something, like 8 grand into it, and keep it as a rental in a year. So that's kind of the play, but I'm gonna see if the seller will come to closing and give us $2,000 so that we can do those things that need to be done to the house, and then his headache can be all over with. So let's call him.
Hello, how can I help you?
Hey, what's up? It's Kyle.
Hey Kyle, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
How was the driving yesterday? You all good?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Made it back in one piece. Did you, were you able to go down there and check out the house, and did you get my text message?
I did get your text message. I saw that 626, and it does have the balance on there too, 103,000. So that was perfect. That was awesome. Yeah. So I did want to talk to you about the house. Have you had anyone go under the crawl space to go see?
I have not. No.
Okay. Because I might, if you want, I can. We took some video of it down there. I had my contractor go down there, and there is a disconnected, and I'll send you the picture. It is like disconnected sewer/water pipe.
Oh, I have seen that. Yes.
Okay, so that
was. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So when we moved in, that was actually supposedly fixed or disconnected, one of the two. I can't remember, but what was your guy saying about it?
Well, there's like an 8-foot, we assumed it was from that pipe. There's like an 8-foot sort of like section around it. So you're saying that, so we thought that it was still like coming out of that pipe. But
no, from what I understand is that it's no longer connected.
Okay, so it's routed through like a different pipe?
I believe so. I'm not entirely sure. All I know is that we had seen it once after we had bought the house, and so that the people that we bought the house from had to hire someone to come and fix it.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'm not really. Unfortunately, I didn't really keep too much tabs on it and wasn't really paying attention too much about what the guy told me he did to it. So.
Okay. Well. Okay, because well, that's awesome. That would be great news if that's fixed. I wonder why they would just leave the broken pipe down there so it can scare everybody.
Right.
But it does. If that's not coming out of that pipe, then there's a bunch of water down there coming from somewhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's like an 8-foot, like in diameter, just like puddle down there, and we figured it was coming from the pipe. I mean, I don't know. It could also just be that the grade, like that water from the house coming off the gutters just is going straight into that crawl space and just making its way over there. But we think that's what's causing the sag is like some rotted wood over in that area, or it's the and slightly that all that moisture has built up underneath the house right there, and it might just be too that it's making it sink because it's making that ground there, it's wet all the time.
Soft, yeah.
So the house is just kind of like sinking in the middle. So.
Okay, so what are the next steps we gotta take?
Well, so I mean, we're still. I'm interested in it, but we kind of need that part. We would need to fix it right away. We need to make sure that sewer line is good because there's definitely a smell down there too. So if they did fix it. They didn't get ServPro out there or anything like that to come and like clean it, most likely. But that, and then we would want to jack up because what's happening is if it keeps on sinking, like in the back of the house underneath the windows, there's been like fixing to the brick.
Yeah.
And they both go from the windows right to that spot. So we would need to jack up the house and get some cinder blocks and some wood under there. We would need to do that right away, and we need to make sure that the piping works.
Okay.
But
how much is that going to cost me?
Like we're thinking, well, if the piping is fixed, that would be a good thing. That saves a couple $100. So it would be like 15. It'd probably be about $1,500.
Okay, that's not bad.
So we could either
definitely look into that
because we can do it. So like if you still want to go ahead and have it closed by June, then like in May, we can do it if you can just help us out with the $1,500 at close, and then we'll just take care of it. That way you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I mean that's better than anything, than nothing. So yeah, for sure.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, other than that, like it was just that spot that kind of scared me. That's why I wanted him to go take a look at it. But if you can do that, then we can keep on moving forward, man. I can I'll send over some paperwork as far as like putting an agreement together. I'll send it over to the title company. We use Apex Title. Get that opened up, and then yeah, we'll get it closed as soon as we can. Basically, title has to clear, just to make sure there's nothing like some weird liens or anything against it. And yeah, I'll keep you posted on all that like I have this whole time, and we'll try to wrap it up sooner than later, before June for sure.
All right. Great.
So
Sounds good, sir.
cool, man. What I do need from you though is an email address to send this paperwork over to.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, I'll have that over. So give me a little bit of time to work on it, and I'll have that. It'll come from Kyle, and I'll shoot you a text message as soon as I send it off. It'll come to you. You can just digital signature, and then we'll get it over to title. So give me like an hour or two to put it together, and then I'll shoot you a text.
All right, sounds good, sir. Thank you.
Awesome, thanks.
Bye.
Why'd I go with 1,500 instead of 2,000? Why? All right, quick tip and a mistake I made in this one. It's all sorted out now, but that's what I was doing over the weekend is don't forget to ask when there's a tenant at the house for the security deposit. If a tenant put in a security deposit 3 years ago and they're still living there, the current lease may not say anything about the security deposit, but it goes with the house, with the tenant. So that tenant is likely going to get some money back. So just don't forget, because when you buy the house, the seller needs to give you that deposit. They don't get to keep it. All right, so after all that, the seller's going to keep the house, their mom's going to live there, and can't win them all.